Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Technic Trials with your host, Nighthawk. And we're back up here on our makeshift airship, well, on our testing platform anyway. And I think I've got a little bit more of an idea of what I was doing wrong as far as hooking up the solar panels and things like that. So what I did before is I was cutting these down all the way to, all the way down to covers, I think it was. And what we want is these white wool panels. Obviously, it doesn't have to be white wool, but I thought we'd use wool for it for now. What we'll probably do ultimately is, there we go. If I do this right, we'll probably use wool for a lot of the panels and color code the different areas of the ship when we actually are building the final ship based on what their purpose is. So, like the sections that are control based or power storage and different things of that nature will have different colors so we can tell what's going on in which areas. So that should supply our power, and we can see our power is filling up again. So that's perfect. And now if I put cover here, I'm going to put covers all the way across this section. And in the, whoops, don't need two of those. And you can see they still kind of embed themselves into the frames. And what this should do is the wiring that I put on these should stay, it should stick to the frame and not get popped off as soon as it moves. So we're going to go ahead and put a switch here. And we have success of sorts. So our switch actually stayed put. And let's put another switch up here. And okay, that one, I don't know why that one didn't work. That should have done something. I think that should have done something. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm just really confusing it right now. So let's change it to that. Put another switch. So that will let us move the platform in a way. Now, this is not really the ideal configuration for these frame motors because, well, as you can see, everything is moving in relation to them. And what we really want to have happen is we want the whole platform to move as one unit. So all of the frame motors and everything else should go together. And what we have right now will not let us get there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here as I start taking this apart and start putting together the first stages of an actual airship platform that will let us go at least one direction. So let's take some of this apart, see how much fall damage I can take in the process. And I think I will probably change my construction area a little bit so that it's all over the house so that I don't have to worry about fall damage and losing things over the edge. So I will be back shortly with once I've started putting together some of the structure where we can start testing the next phase of this. I'll be right back. And welcome back. And just starting to work on the platform here. I'm going to be using a design that I've found that's basically uses a bunch of the frame motors set up so that they turn the entire structure into a bunch of engines that can go in any direction. And hopefully I can manage to set this up properly without too much difficulty. Basically, we're starting with a 5x3 platform and going to set up one motor that's upright, that's facing one direction here, and then we're going to come underneath. I guess I should have left this open still. And let's see, how do I do this? How do I get this where I need it to be? I need a frame right here temporarily. And now we want this one, and we want this to be going the same direction. And now I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can here. So what this will basically do is we're going to hook up frames together here. And what this should cause... Is that right? Something doesn't seem quite right here. Something doesn't seem like it's going to be quite right. Hang on just a second here. Okay, again, we're back again. I think what I was just missing was the how does it actually move it portion, but what happens here is we're going to have a section this way. This is, whoops, this part here is covered so that the frame motor won't stick to this one. And then this is all connected. And what will happen... Let's see, is this supposed to be connected? I don't know. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be connected or not. What should happen is this one should move the lower structure, so I don't think it's supposed to be connected here. What we need is more room. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a little bit more room to play here, because I'm going to need... Whoops. I'm going to need to put some frames in awkward positions here. What I need is some battery boxes. And we're just going to stick these like so. We're going to put some covers, or some panels rather, down right here so that we can put our solar panels on them and charge up our bat boxes, and in turn charge up our machines. Let's double check, make sure that we're generating power. Looks like we are, ever so slowly at first. So now what will happen is we'll trigger a pulse to this one. Let's see, we're going to stick this here. So we're going to put lever. We're going to have a lever turned on here. And now what should happen, I'm missing something. Let's see, do I have red wire? I do. I thought I put red wire on my hotbar. So we're going to go and put red wire here to a switch. Do you not have power? I really need a little bit more of a platform. Okay, so those are slowly generating. Let's try... So this lower one here is the second stage. And what should happen is this top one should move. The top one here should trigger first and move this structure to the right, the bottom part of the structure to the right, and then this one should trigger, causing the upper part to move to the right. And then we just need, once we have that part working, which looks like I'm getting power in now. I don't know why that isn't connected and working here. Something is still not quite right. Oh, there it goes. Very strange problem I'm having here. So it looks like it's charged. Okay, so that moved to the right. I lost the wire that was on front, but that's okay. I think I'm still missing part of the structure here. Let's try actually putting the switch here. Hey, that works. I left something behind. I've left the entire top of the structure behind, but on the other hand, it actually is moving. Okay, let's rescue some of this other stuff up here. So, what we have now is a basic motor, basic airship engine design. Charge that up. That should, whoops. That should charge that engine. Now what we need to do is create a similar engine design that goes the other direction. Let's pick up some of these solar panels because we're going to need that space. Oops. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to put the solar panels right here on either side. I need covers. There we go. So that'll keep it charged. And now we need to replicate this basic engine design here on the other direction, which means I need to take the covers off of this section. Up we go. I just wanted to collect all of my stuff there. Okay. So, progress being made. It's not a pretty design at this point, but that will come later. So what I need is an engine, a frame motor here. This one's going to go this direction. I need a frame here to build against. There we go. And now we fill this back in. Let's give ourselves some room to work on our platform here. And now, let's see here. This goes from there to out that way. This needs to go away. We need a cover right here. Now what this should do is we put a switch here. Is it not powered yet? Oh, and I bet I need to also have... So what I'm not sure is once we start going multiple directions here, these have all have to be connected in some form so they can't get pushed off, but they also still have to be able to move. I may still have to do a little bit more research here. I think the general idea, though, let's see, is this one charged? Okay, that one's charged. I may need to actually add 2 more bat boxes and some frames to connect them. I think what I want is to come up this way. That's not where I wanted that. I still want the 4 solar panels just because that's what I already have. And by putting them there, they will charge all of these bat boxes. And now let's go run downstairs and get a couple more bat boxes created. And see if we can make this engine work the opposite direction as well. Let's see, 2 more of these. We'll wait forever and a day. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Look at all that nickelite going down. There's one of them. So the basic idea here is that once we get two of these engines put together to go both directions on one plane, then we should be able to expand the design to add the other two planes of movement as well. Then it's just a matter of hooking up control systems. There we go. Let's come around here and install some more batteries. There we go. That should make sure that this gets charged. Okay, something is still not right. Let's see here. Set to move it the right direction. Why won't it work? What is missing that is causing it not to work? So we got two that'll push it. This one. Okay, now this side doesn't work. Okay, that turned that one on. Whoops. Apparently I need something to get up here from this side. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and put a switch here. Okay, that triggers that motor. This should be triggering this motor. What would be causing it not to be able to move? Unless it can't move because it's getting pushed into here. Okay, I don't know what just happened here. Don't know where that frame came from. Let's see, turn that one off. Huh, it works. Now let's see if the other direction still works. Interesting. So, what we have now is a two-directional airship, and I think it's not the, not the prettiest of things quite yet, but I think it's starting to take shape, and will start becoming much more interesting. Really, the more compact the overall platform, the engine design is, the better. because there is a limit to how much space, how many different frames can be connected into one entity. So we have to be careful on how many we end up using. Shouldn't be any problem with how many, with getting something put together, but it is something to be aware of. So basically, I'll post a link to the tutorial that I'm using, that I used as a kind of a starting framework for this. Basically what happens is when this trigger, or when you turn this one on, it causes this motor to move the entire frame to the right, out from under. It basically disconnects itself from this particular part of the frame. Then when this motor triggers, turn this one back off, when this one triggers, it moves that frame motor back into place so that it can move the entire frame again. And the same thing happens on the other side, just in reverse. What we'll end up doing ultimately, I think, is trying to come up with a way to that will cause, when this particular motor moves, it will cause the frames to automatically trigger the second half of the movement. So when it moves this way, and I don't know, maybe it's actually this one that, maybe that's how we want them set up, is so that by default the motors are in this configuration. Let's try doing a little bit of an adjustment here, because that would be the ideal way, because then you just have one trigger. Well, that's not quite right. Slight problem here. Let me on. Okay, so let's try this. Oops. Okay, let's see here. Okay, that moved one that direction. That seems okay. Okay, so that seems to be okay. And that's probably the preferred configuration, because then the frames themselves that make up the actual motor are all stacked together. Just trying to get up on top here so I can see this a little bit better. So, yeah, I think that design works okay. And this, I don't think we can put a button there. That would kind of be the ideal, just a momentary trigger. We don't need this switch. And we need a little bit more room on this side to get around. There we go. The other thing that we will also need is a way to ensure that we stay with the airship as it moves. Because if you look right now, it just, well, that direction stayed, it moved us. weird. Sometimes it moves us, sometimes it doesn't. Like there, it moved out from under us. I guess if there's something behind us to push us, then we're in good shape. So anyway, that is the first part of our airship. And I hope you guys are enjoying this series. And like I said, I will try to link to the video that I'm using as a basic tutorial on how to build this. This is the first time I've really done much with the Red Power frames, and there's certainly some really cool things that you can do with this technology. And yeah, so anyways, if you guys enjoy the series, please hit like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. It helps me know that you guys are enjoying it and really helps me out a tremendous amount. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.